just wow. I'm speechless. I mean, incredible. Listen, you can't start an episode with Tom saying little Greglets like that isn't the cutest thing ever, and then proceed to perform heart surgery on me.
Yeah, I roped in a few little mini Gregs from the pig pen. Little Greglets.
This is an episode that will go down in Succession history for obvious reasons. This is the culmination of the big elements I've discussed in the previous two reviews. This was all that tension and momentum built up coming to a head, and the total removal of what I've continually called the witty gloss the show brandishes. The comedy aspect is pretty much entirely dropped from the 15-minute mark, and the core family drama is center stage. This episode, hilariously called Connor's Wedding, is heartbreaking. It's executed on such an unreal level that I never could have predicted. I do not know that I've seen or experienced the portrayal of a family death in this age of technology and physical separation done to this degree in film and television media. This especially puts into frame how heart-wrenching it is that the karaoke bar is the last time the kids properly see their father. That was the last time Logan ever said, "I love you." And they wasted it. What starts as something you'd expect to be a zany Connor episode as he finally marries his prostitute-to-be quickly turns into some of the most heart-wrenching television I've ever seen. It portrays confusion, denial, and grief in real time, while on first watch you're so encompassed in trying to understand what is actually going on, in addition to the next level performances from Jeremy Strong, Kieran Culkin, and Sarah Snook. Upon reflection, you find that the episode is full of insane long shots and sequences that play out in real time, even as it cuts between the kids on the boat and Logan's health crisis in the sky. The camera isn't letting the Roy children get off easy, and by extension, the audience is locked into this emotional turmoil with no other choice. As the incident begins, it's not clear if maybe it's actually a ruse. The camera is carefully placed as to not show the face of who is on the ground dying. It's not until the nearly 30-minute mark that we actually see Logan's face and body, and it is undoubtedly clear. Even then, I, like Roman, was denying the certainty of his death. We don't know yet.
I'm not being crazy. I'm saying a fact. I'm saying we don't know. And until we do know, it's not a very nice thing to say, is it?
Okay.
So stop!
Doctors and medical staff haven't reached him. Logan survived the brink of death before. That's basically how the show starts. Yet, it is in fact over for Logan. And this is what's going to propel the next 7 episodes. In the moment they are finding out Logan is pretty much dead, they each get a chance to say some last words to their father. It's as meaningful closure as you could ever hope to get. None of their words are poetic or clever. They're raw. Succession has always had an eye for letting these characters stumble over their words. Not everything they say is a Shakespearean one-liner. Especially here. They are a mess, absolutely struggling to find words. I could keep going into all the little details that make this episode so masterfully executed. However, ultimately, if you watched the episode, then you felt it. That confusion and grief, that heartbreak. Nothing I say is gonna proclaim this episode's greatness more than how it made you feel. I will say that a certain piece of me broke, that all of the siblings kinda just left Connor out of it for far too long.
Oh, we need to get Connor, we need to tell him.
Once again, Roman has the most sense here. The episode starts with Roman questioning if Logan is once again just using him, and even gets mad at him for not showing up to Connor's wedding. And yes, it is tragic that the final voice message Roman leaves his father is asking him if he's a c***.
I'm just asking, so, yeah, that's the question. Are you a c***? Okay, give me a buzz.
I suspect this is going to especially haunt Roman going into these final episodes. Even after it's confirmed that Logan is dead, Roman seems the most ready to let go of the corporate hijinks to just grieve. Meanwhile, Kendall and Shiv are somewhat immediately on the ball of the power struggles to come in the company. Two other shows immediately come to mind to compare the current state of Succession. Firstly, Game of Thrones' terrible final season. Especially how in the third episode, there was a similar massive status quo shakeup. I think as a book reader, I wanted to still have faith that maybe the showrunners could pull off a satisfying ending, even though pretty much everything was indicating a trash fire. In contrast, here, everything feels right. I trust the hands of showrunner Jesse Armstrong and his writing team, and appreciate that every beat is exactly as it should be, because they know better, and I'm happy to be on this ride wherever it goes. The second comparison is one of the final episodes of Mr. Robot, specifically Season 4 Episode 7, Proxy Authentication Required, which I'm not going to spoil, just go watch Mr. Robot. If you haven't, its similarities are clear and both episodes are masterful. Okay, it's time to talk about Tom motherfucking Womskans. It's easy to get caught up in all the rich people power plays and forget that Tom, at his core, is just a regular guy. Tom was unbelievably mature and calm as he communicated sympathetically to the siblings to try to give them closure. It was heartfelt and a reminder why Tom is just the best. It's unfortunate that I feel Tom is in quite the precarious situation, losing his greatest asset and no longer having any sway with the siblings. It is going to be rough in the coming weeks for my boy Tom. Oh man. At least Tom had the sense to mobilize Tactical Greg. Once again, another beautiful moment of silence to conclude the events. This seems to be on course for the ends of episodes this season. Kendall just letting everything out at the airport is touching, and Jeremy Strong, as usual, given a performance of the century. Finally, Britell's score brings us into the credits. This time it's the Season 3 dramatic sad score, and the common Succession motif theme almost overlaid each other and performed slower to give this somber feeling. This is the core of what Succession is. All of the Roys are rotten to the core. They are. Especially Logan. If Rupert Murdoch was to die in real life, I couldn't care less. It would be better for the world. The Murdochs are evil parasites. However, here in the safety of television, we can explore these ideas and try to make sense of our world. I feel unbelievable empathy for this family. I shouldn't, but they are human, going through very human emotions in real time. So, I feel for them. I cheer when they win, and I cry in moments of grief. This is what makes Succession powerful. I suspect in the coming weeks, we're gonna get tragedy as these characters spiral out of control for power. I'm not sure any of the Roys are going to escape their likely grim conclusion. It's likely they're going to be motivated by grief and perhaps even self-hate. Connor arguably wins this episode, marrying Willa in a moment of fleeting peace. Oh my god. Connor might actually become president. Like, seriously. The probability of that just moved up significantly. I guess one final observation to finish off the review. For as devastating as it was, I think it's poignant that Logan ended up dead in the toilet of a plane surrounded by corporate goons, instead of surrounded by his loved ones at his eldest son's wedding.
Don't forget to click below to subscribe.